What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Inside 11. We're talking about sharing your valuable knowledge, sharing your ideas, your ideals, where you want to go in life, your purpose, your mission, your destiny, what God has put you on earth to do. Sometimes, guys, when we are in the wrong environments, when we are in the wrong friend group, when we are in the wrong one-on-one relationships, whether you're in a relationship with your boo-boo, whether you're in a relationship with your man, sometimes, some places, the time and place you have to be careful of when we choose to share our ideas and our ideals. Because you might have this excellent, amazing, exquisite, wonderful, fantastic, perfect, ideal idea. But based on the environment that you're around, you might see this environment is doing things differently than how you intended to do it. But you are responding to your DNA, you are responding to your characteristics, you are responding to your attributes, you're just responding to the way God shaped and formed and morphed your caricature, your character, and you're responding to that to the best of your ability. But sometimes when we're in the wrong environment of friends, sometimes when we're in the wrong one-on-one relationship, we're relating to these people for the wrong reason, based on things that the shadow government put in front of us as far as, how they like to construct relationships nowadays. You might be in a relationship just because that girl got a big ass. You might be in a relationship just because that girl got big ass titties. And that's great. There's no problem with that. But, more importantly, and, let's say, for example, you might be in an environment of friends just based on that being the environment that you was brought up in as a school, or was as far as your home environment and things like that. There's a lot of different environments. When you go out, you experience that environment and things like that. And you have many different people around you to access. You can make friends everywhere. You can make new friends everywhere you go. But, you might sometimes share some valuable information, some valuable gnosis among the wrong people, places, and things. And then and what are they going to do? Because you got to remember, what do I teach on this channel? Good and evil is always based on your relative position within the space and time continuum. So when you are looking at things from your own perspective, and you have other people looking at things from their own perspective, because what's right for me might not be right for you. What's wrong for me might not be wrong for you. So we're all different people, and that's okay. But you have to keep that in mind when you're interacting with people, because what people see as good and bad is from their relative position. What you see as good and bad is from your relative position. So you don't need to be like trying to share things, force things with people, places, and things that don't already have those intentions, don't already have the body language in mind, don't already have the thoughts and feelings in mind. And you want to keep reminding them of what you got going on, or where you're going, or based on these ideas that you experience, and based on you see them not doing nothing with their time, so you want to suggest it to them. But you got to realize that these people is in their own space. These people have their own set of thoughts and feelings. They have their own set of challenges. They have their own set of problems that they deal with. They have their own ways of externalizing what's internal to them. So don't get caught up in the love and hip hop, the drama, the trauma of why, because a lot of these things you're supposed to rebuild anyways. You're supposed to rebuild the environment you choose to hang around with. You're supposed to rebuild the relationships you choose to engage with one-on-one with people. You're supposed to rebuild the associations, how you publicly conduct yourself, the groups that you are seeing amongst in terms of your peers, your study groups, or things like that. A lot of those things you have to rebuild, because the ones that you have right now, they're not going to be going the direction that you're going anyways. And so if you try to stay there, if you try to play ignorant to the facts, you're just going to find yourself playing a tug of war back and forth between who can get the other person more interested in what they do and things like that. And on all that, it's going to be like a waste of energy, a waste of time, because y'all are not even supposed to be in each other's space of influence, sphere of influence anyways, just based on the different things that you guys do on your own time. And let's say like based on high school and shit like that, people are in high school, people are not the same, but it's based on necessity, needs, survival. Oh, I gotta find a group to belong to. I don't want to be the alone person, even if the group that you hang around with don't really share your thoughts and feelings. They don't really share where you're trying to go in your life. They don't really share your perspective, especially the things that you value, the things that you love, the things that you appreciate, the things that nurture you, the things that make you feel at home. The broad philosophical point of views, how you expand as far as how you see things, how you experience reality externally based on morality and things like that. A lot of people experience these things differently, and a lot of the circumstances that the shadow government has constructed for you and for me is going to be being around people, places, and things just based on the carrot that they want to dangle in front of you. And so nobody don't worry about the devil's carrot. You need to get God's carrot. God's carrot is your purpose, your characteristics, your destiny, your aspects, what that was already been programmed and encoded in your DNA. So you can't do nothing to get rid of it. You can't do nothing to, you know, get it. You already is it. So it's already implanted in you. God has already put the sequence in you, and it's emitting right now. It's emanating right now. It's sending you signals right now. If you do something that's not for you, you will feel your energy begin to deplete, meaning that your energy will begin to decrease. You will be lethargic. You will feel like you're tired. You'll be like, oh, guys, you know, today was a good day, but it was a tiring day. Whew, man, I'm excited, you know? But it's because basically you're all playing energy vampire roles, you and your friend groups, and none of you guys is comfortable with your own characteristics and attributes. So you guys really, behind closed doors, are secretly narcs. They're secretly like mirroring each other's behavior and trying to, you know, eat the meat and throw the bone. So it's like some disingenuous shit in the first place. Because it's a what is the world? Really, at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a survival-based world. It's not a world where everybody can flourish in love, peace, and abundance. Now, that's an option. But the shadow government, the way they built the world, now fuck them too. Fuck them niggas. But the way they built the world based on survival, you know, all these things that they could have gotten rid of during their spiritual administration that lasted for more than 2,000 years. Yeah, they could have gotten rid of those things, but they see the value of fear and all these things to use that to build your mind, to take you in the direction that they need you to take, because all they're gonna make you do is use your attributes, your characteristics, your gift to build their world for them. So, you know, instead of you working on the graphics for your drawings, for your painting, for your game or whatever, you're trying to build a game or whatever, you're gonna find yourself in a company studio doing someone else's gaming graphics, using your gift, your attribute, your imagination for their fucking vision, while you're left to have no vision. You're just left with the left brain part of it. They're like, oh nah, don't feel about reality. Don't sense what's going on around you. Don't try to model the behavior of God. Don't be a leader. You just sit down and be a follower. So people around you, you need to understand, they see your worth. They see your value. They see your attribute. They see your characteristic. They see that the way you move, damn, that's valuable. But for some reason, we tend to, from our own perspective, from our own relative position within the space and time continuum, we tend to not see ourselves. Sometimes it takes somebody else to see us and tell us about us, because, you know, we don't value these things that God puts so close to us. Think about it. The closest thing to you is your heart. The closest thing to you is your lungs. Yet we do things to hurt these things. We do things to damage these things. We do things to fuck ourselves over. Why? Because we don't understand the value of these things. There's no way you're going to be eating Krispy Kreme donuts every fucking day, knocking out them donut boxes. There ain't no way you're going to be smoking fucking cigarettes, packs of them, every fucking week with your friend group, and you're going to tell me that the closest thing to your heart is your fucking lungs, and your fucking cardiovascular system, and your goddamn blood, and your goddamn immune system. These things are the closest things to you. But yet, you are so distant from them to see that you are doing things to hurt yourself, to hurt those things that God already planted in you. The amount of ignorance we are living, the amount of ignorance we are deeply ingrained in, it's unbelievable. It's amazing, the things that we do to fuck ourselves over. And I'm passionate about it because it's the things that I used to do to fuck myself over. And when I see other people doing it, it's like, damn. It's like, damn, you just stabbed me in the heart. Not because I'm affected by those actions outside of me, but because I've been in that place. I've been in that situation. I know you ignorant about that. I know you don't do research. I know you're trying to fit in. I know you're just doing the things that are convenient. I know you just trying to alleviate your pain via the closest thing that has been externalized as a form outside of you, whether it's a cigarette, whether it's a beer bottle, whether it's an alcoholic beverage. Nothing is wrong with those things, but you have to use those things in moderation. You have to use those things for, you know, for a purpose, not you letting those things use you. So when are we gonna wake up? When are we going to start seeing ourselves how God designed us to be, not how man designed us to be? Mankind wants to give you an artificial heart. Mankind wants to give you artificial lungs. Mankind wants to profit off of your depression. Mankind wants to, you know, make less the things of God and make more of the things of the devil. Mankind is so deeply lost in capitalism. There's nothing wrong with those things. I love capitalism. I love having more than $10,000 in my pocket. I love having and living in $1 million houses. I love driving Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Bentleys. There's nothing wrong with those things, and God wants you to have those things. But it's about doing those things in a way that's harmonious for you. Because God knows you're killing yourself. God knows you're hurting yourself. God knows you don't value yourself. And man, I don't even want to get lost in the whole, I'm not telling you go to the mosque, bro. I'm not telling you go to the church. Nah, I'm telling you study yourself to show yourself approved unto God. Know yourself. Like, why would you be at a place that does not serve your purpose? Why would you be hanging out around people? Why would you be doing and consuming things that are not supporting your life force? That's just proof in the pudding, because it's about the results that you produce in your life. If you're not doing the things that are good for you, you have to really, if you're not feeling good about yourself, if you keep doing things to hurt yourself on purpose, then you really got to question, well, damn, am I really sane? And let me tell you, this life will drive you to be insane, because you will have to learn about, damn, God put me here to make all these mistakes so I can learn from him. Damn, I'm really destroying myself. But you know what, man? At some point, the cosmos destroys itself to remake itself. And you start to see what the universe is doing, and you start to do what the universe is doing outside of you. You start to do it inside of you, and you start to notice the people, places, and things outside of you that are just like you, that are already in the space that you are in. And you start connecting with those people, places, and things, and you start elevating your fucking pattern. You start elevating your goddamn trauma. You start elevating your goddamn trauma. You start alleviating that goddamn pain. Because the people that you are with will actually use your pain, will actually use your trauma and weaponize that shit against you. So you can stay in that lane, so you can stay in that space and serve them with your attributes, with your characteristic, with what God has placed in you as far as your destiny. So please, please love yourself. Please value yourself. Please appreciate the things that God gave you, because you gave those things to yourself too. You're a co-creator with God. You co-created your heart with God. You co-created your mind with God. You co-created your lungs with God. You co-created your digestive system with God. You co-created your gender with God. You co-created all those things with God. So I'm not telling you just to go to the church and pray to Jesus. That's not what we talk about in this channel. In this channel, we talk about loving, valuing, and appreciating the characteristics and attributes that God has already placed in you. Because that is what's more important than anything else. Fuck the people that don't do what you do. Don't judge them. Don't hate them either. It's not. You're supposed to be in such a deep space of acceptance, of self-love, of you valuing yourself, you appreciating yourself. You should be intoxicated by looking at yourself. You should be too busy telling yourself, I'm sorry, I apologize. Why would I do myself like that? Why would I hurt myself like that? Even though I knew myself, but I did things outside of myself that led to pain and hurt in myself. So please, love yourself, forgive yourself, apologize to yourself, say you're sorry to yourself, not to other people. Fuck them niggas, fuck them bitches. Say you're sorry to you. Apologize to you. Look in the mirror and tell you that I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to the cells inside of me, because they're people too. So apologize to yourself. Not to other people, not to places, not to things outside of you. Just to yourself. Because you should value yourself. You should really love yourself. You should really appreciate yourself. Because you're worth it. You're valuable. You're amazing just the way you are. You just have to love it, value it, and appreciate it. But if you're some criminal out there killing 20 people, raping people, okay, maybe you shouldn't love and value and appreciate yourself so hard. Maybe me and you get a talk privately, one-on-one. Okay? So I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. There's not much you can do about it, because this is the process of me loving, valuing, and appreciating yourself. And I don't pray. We don't hope. We don't wish here. Here we fucking do. That you're accepting yourself as God sees you.